Hello everybody, if you're tuning in, I am just trying to get this going here. It's a lot of different links to get up. Here we go. I'll be right back. Check, check, check. Tears in your eyes, full like the stars in the skies. Oh, how many have to fall before we realize we'd better get out while we can and build our better promised land. Oh, won't you come away with me, baby, take my hand. Oh, 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 oh. When there's nothing left to prove, you got nothing left to lose. So won't you take a chance on life before you do? Can't you see it on as we're singing? Oh, if you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, oh, won't you bring it for me? Bring me your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. I know I laughed when you left, but now I know I only hurt myself. Oh, won't you bring it for me? Bring me your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. I'll give you money and jewelry too, but that's not all I'll do for you. Oh, won't you bring it for me? Bring me your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me, yeah. I will forever be your slave until I'm buried Sam Cooke. I'm going to do one more here on Facebook and then continue on at the Patreon. There should be a link in the Facebook. Hoping you're all having a good time tonight. Everything permitting. Chuckling with myself because I've been dealing with some guitar issues for so long, and I just every once in a while I kind of remember the cumulative, and it makes me chuckle. So here's Georgia on my mind. Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes in sweet and clear, like moonlight through the pines. I said, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song. Tenderly, still in the peaceful dreams I see, the road leads back to you. Georgia, song for you comes in sweet and clear and keeps Georgia on my mind. Thank you, Facebook. I'm sorry I can't see if anyone's tuning in. I will be able to see in a second, but good evening. Thank you. Now, while I let this guitar kind of warm up to my body a little bit, thank you for joining me. If you're checking this out on Patreon, still figuring out where to stand. Close quarters, understand. Didn't expect this guitar to actually be this well in tune. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. If you're tuning in on Patreon, I've been a little bit out of commission. Had some teeth work done, and it was had a toothache, and it was was putting me out of commission, making me pretty lethargic, and the subsequent work also took it out of me. Then I got the first vaccine, which I'm extremely grateful for all of it. But yeah, I haven't really been picking up the guitar the last couple of weeks. Actually, feels good. Feels good to play. So here, I'll play a little dark one. I feel like the last year's been a little bit of dark business. Tell me how the story goes. Tell me everything you will. Underneath and inside out, everything that once was lost soon will be found. There's a scarlet sand that meets a sea of royal blue, and every diamond in the sky surrounded by the same darkness that swallows you. Every feathered little fountain quill, I can hear the whispering trees swaying in the wind. Blood and ink will flow like wine to tasting on the tongues that be talking. Thank you. The dark business. I'll be keeping tonight pretty short. It's supposed to be a celebratory night. It's just a big day. If you're tuning into a lot of what's going on, everyone is talking about the Chauvin trial, from the president to the librarian, and it's pretty incredible. So I will just share this little bit of information. I don't want to get too long winded, and I very much appreciate your continued support on Patreon. Even if you've forgotten about the subscription and cancel, it's no worry. I do appreciate you giving it a try and taking interest in it. You know, definitely playing in front of the computer is definitely not the same as playing in front of you all live. As you probably most of you probably met me that way. And this last year has been a hell of a year. I learned a lot, um, technologically, socially, otherwise, and that's a really good thing. A lot has been on my mind for sure about the safety of my son. Just being a teenager, going to be getting his license soon, and we see that cops are just they're in the headlines, and everyone's got their phones out recording, which is a good thing. We want to have that evidence just in case something goes wrong, because we want our safety officers, our peace officers, to be safe and keep the peace. We definitely don't want them to even put themselves above us in the sense that they do already by protecting and serving. We wouldn't want them to take advantage of their situation, is what I mean to say. And it's nice to see that at least I feel the trial went about it holding somebody accountable that was an official, and was somebody that needed to be held accountable, that should have been held to a high standard. And that's all I'll say about that tonight. I'll try. It's just there's. I just want. I'll say this just so you guys know where I'm coming from. If you are tuning in, I've been arrested before, and in fact, I've even spent some time in jail. Um, and it took more than 4 officers, deputy sheriffs, highway patrolmen, in fact, to get me in the car. Me. And I'm a nice guy. I'm a really nice guy until I'm not, until you give me a reason not to be. And I got arrested for no reason. In fact, my official charge was obstruction of justice, and the curtail to that was that I resisted arrest, that I touched the officer on the chest, but the backstory to that is that he was walking me into oncoming traffic on the highway, and that is no joke. The cars were whizzing past me going 60 miles an hour, and I put my hand on his chest, the police officer, and I went to jail for 3 nights for that. It took more than 4 officers to get me in a car. If any of you are hackers and you want to look up the dash cam footage, I'm sure it was spectacular. I'm sure it took over 20 minutes to get me in the car. Putting up a huge fight, screaming at the top of my lungs. They threatened to break my arms and tase. I don't even know if they had tasers back then. This was like 10 years ago, or no, this was 15 years ago. This was before my son was born, and I was a younger man back then. But I didn't realize that walking on the highway, walking on the side of the road, was illegal. Like, if your car breaks down, you ought not walk on the highway to where you're going. You should try as soon as you can to find a substreet. I didn't know that. As somebody who was like 21 or 22 years old. And anyway, I just want to say that I have been startled by police, set off, thrown a huge, I guess, fear of being put in the back of the cop car for you don't know what reason, if you don't know what reason. And watching George Floyd pass away, to me, was tantamount to him drowning. He was afraid, as if the police officers were an ocean and he didn't know how to swim. There's nothing that he could have done that was going to appease the officers, nothing that he was capable of bringing himself to doing to calming down enough. Just like a person that maybe doesn't know how to swim very well, panics, somebody that panics when they're afraid. That's what I saw George Floyd do. I didn't see him be a bad guy or somebody that deserved to even go to jail. What I saw was somebody that was afraid of what was happening. And he died as a result of it. And I relate to that because that happened to me 15 years ago. And I put up a hell of a fight. I mean, a real fight. And these were highway patrol officers. And it took, and I don't even want to get into the backstory, but I will tell you that by the time they finally got me in the back of the car, I shit you not, I swear on any holy book that you want me to swear, when they finally got me in the car, I had my handcuffs on. And I was hunched over because part of my jacket and some other things had been slammed into the door. So I couldn't even sit up straight. And the other officers that had been called for backup said, they finally got me in the car and they go, what? They were talking to the other officer. They go, what the hell happened? I heard them say, what the hell happened? And I heard my arresting officer swear on any holy Bible you want me to swear on, said, guys, I've been on the force for only 2 weeks. I need this one. I spent 3 nights in jail. I had to pay $1,000 to get out of jail because some asshole cop needed that arrest for whatever their record was. He made the whole situation worse. He didn't communicate anything. He didn't tell me why he was pulling out his handcuffs and his beat stick. He retracted it and everything as he was right before he was arresting me, and he was walking me into oncoming traffic. I open up to you about this because I have a lot of friends that have extremely varying degrees of points of view on what is happening in the world right now, and this trial in particular. And I got to say, I'm really glad that my mic is actually on and that I haven't just been sitting here flailing my arms this whole time. So I'll wrap it up. It's a good digression. As much as I can relate to somebody like George Floyd, I do. And I was scared for him watching that video. And when I watched the police officers not help somebody who is clearly in medical distress, it proved every point that any person that has ever said anything about the cops, it proved every one of us right, that they need to do better. They need to be better trained. They need to be more careful. They need to probably not come from outside of the city or very far from outside of where they're patrolling. Because if they don't have any connection to the community, then they're going to just treat the people, like everyone, like suspects. That's my opinion, because I don't believe that then they have any skin in the game of getting to know Officer Joe. So, end rant. Thank you for tuning in, if you're still tuning in. If not, you know what? That's just fine too, I guess. Oh, here, let me sing you a song. I'm going to sing this one because this is the one I've been singing. So yeah, moral of my story is I really believe, truthfully and honestly, whoever George Floyd was leading up to him dying, he was drowning in fear of the police, and that is what I saw. He was drowning in fear, period. And I've been there, and I can only imagine, is what I'm trying to say. So, the song goes out to him. What will we tell the young about the world around them? Let the letters fill the words. Let truth be the fountain. Onward we must go together, together. Onward we must fly tonight. The world's so black and white, high walls built all around here, keeps the sea of colors out. Our people are drowning. Onward we must go together, together. All the people must unite, unite. And steady as we go to tomorrow, yes, we have our scars. Together we must wear them. Countless brightest burning stars still have a darkness, darkness surrounding them. Onward we must go together forever. All the people must unite. All of the lovely colors of this world collide. All the colors, woo. Big day. It's also Hitler's birthday. How's that one? How's that one sit for you? Boy, I wish I had somebody helping me run this whole like game, and we could figure out a way to actually get it popping and have like comments be streaming in. I have somebody helped me get this all together, and I appreciate that person very much. I just don't know how to optimize my experience, my digital experience, as they might say in Silicon Valley. I don't know how to tweet, people. I don't know how to... I barely know how to live stream. One thing that I did spend a lot of time on, though, is trying to dial in at least the microphone being clear. And I hope that it is, even if I don't sound good or clear or whatever. Excuse me. If you watched like just about every minute of the trial, if you tuned into it like I did, because I wanted to know, because either way I wanted to know if I felt like justice was served. And I will say that I feel like Mr. Chauvin appears to be a man that's just going through an incredible crisis, just in his own self, probably leading up to it. You know, who knows how it spiked into a bad day, but you know, it's never a good day when somebody goes away until that day is that maybe the streets are a little bit safer. And I think about my son driving his car and getting pulled over for whatever, even if he does do something dumb like pass a fake 20, allegedly, right? I don't want him being squished to death, so... And the thing is that I really applaud anybody that really watched it. And especially right now, there's so much going on. There's such a death grip on this us versus them. Our Asian community is suffering. Our people of color in general. And you know what? Not only that, but people in general are suffering. Just people in general. And we need to come together, man. And that was always that was always where I was coming from. And the last few years have just been a real destabilizing situation for me, given my profession is meeting people. And yeah, I've met some doozies by accident, given all this shit that's going on. Got some memories, and some of them pretty tough when it comes to dealing with just crowds or people in the crowd, and then the crowd not doing anything about people in the crowd being horrible. I mean, we got to be there for each other. Who knows? You know what, people? I might just let this run. If people are checking their emails late, or getting home, pop on. I know I've seen a couple people being like, hey, I'm coming. So if you're tuning in now, thank you so much. Everyone around here's calling my name, but no one really knows who I am or where I'm bound to go. The leaves don't fall very far from the trees, but in the wind they blow. And where I land, don't nobody know. I heard they done said the dogs on me. I'm not there, I'm already gone. Take time to realize just what you gotta do. 'Cause if you had a chance or a million to one, which one are you gonna choose? My freedom don't ring in their pocket change. I'm not there, I'm already gone. There's a pretty young woman on my arm. She's a-hanging by my side. She don't know me from God or Adam, and I don't really seem to mind. Awake in the morning, the bed is bare. I'm not there, I'm already gone. Yeah, because that's the thing too, you know, I mean, things change. Today's a big change, hopefully. But if there really wasn't like a racial component, then why was it not until it was a black officer that shot and killed a white woman that an officer went to jail? And now we're starting to see a little bit of retribution because maybe all that bullshit can finally come down a notch. Because, yeah. The other thing I don't get, this is going to be a great the little vlogcast. What is this called? Songcast. I'm going to call it the Songcast. I have a lot of friends that are like anti-government people. Like, damn the man, they're never going to come and get me. But when somebody gets snuffed out in the street, well, they should have just followed the rules, right? That's tough for me. It's tough for me to hear that, because I think that's a line of horse shit. I really do. And this Adam Toledo, 13-year-old kid, shot dead in Chicago. It is incredible where we're at right now. Maybe it's just the internet. Maybe it's just that we're hearing about it. I don't know. I was a rebellious little shit when I was 13. I know that. But I wouldn't dare, never in a million years, put it past a 13-year-old kid to wanting to be fitting in. Maybe they don't have older brothers or a dad or a good family or anything like that, and so they want to go and be a part of something. So then somebody says, hold this gun. They're 13. They're kids. They make stupid choices. My kid makes like 10 stupid choices a day. It's just that I won't let him out of this fucking house until things cool out a little bit. If you want to know the truth. No, I mean, it's not entirely the truth, but, we have the talks, and we do, and there's many more to come. It's just a different time than when I grew up. And I remember having a bunch of people tell me that stuff when I was 20 years younger than I am today. So I'm hoping that my friends that are of an older generation can see that a lot of us in perhaps a middle generation or a younger generation are really trying to look for our future as well. And that if there's protests in the street, maybe they needed to happen. And on that note, I'll sing this song, and maybe this will be my last one. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it going. Woke up in the morning with a head full of dreams. Called for the doctor to tell me what it means. He said, don't worry son, there ain't nothing wrong with you. I said, alright doctor man, and I started on the avenue. So I made my way to the corner store. There the cigarettes are cheaper, the liquor too and more. I wanted one of everything, but settled on just a few. Oh, the price is just right on the avenue. Melinda's on the corner with a fist and a thumb. She's banging her hips with a mouthful of gum. She says she's got what I want, but I'm just passing through. There's a whole lot of heartache on the avenue. Well, the streets are filled with protests when they should be parades. Power-hungry junkies play political charades. There's a crazy clown kissing the mirror in the White House bathroom. The whore in a barrel live in a tower on the avenue. Cats in the alleyways, they bark like dogs. Snakes are wearing suits that smell like pigs and hogs. Be careful for the cracks that you don't fall into. You can watch the buildings sway high on the avenue. One sec. The song's called On the Avenue. Let's do... Lay me down in a field of nothing with no one around. I've had enough of everyone in this town. I've had enough, just lay me down. Take me away in a little toy train to the heart of my brain. Just take me away where the loving ain't hard and the living is easy. There's love in my heart. Take me away, lay me down, lay me down. Everyone in this town, I've had enough, just lay me down. There's no change in the wind, there's no change in the weather, there's no telling when it all began, or if the end will be any better. Falling for you, babe. I'm calling, just lay me down, lay me down, lay me down in a field of nothing with no one around. I've had enough of everyone in this town. I've had enough, just lay me down. up to the sky, I can't help but cry. I wonder why. I look to the sky, the weight of the world puts tears in my eyes, pulling me down. I can't help but cry. Lay me down in a field of nothing, no one around. I've had enough of everyone in this town. I've had enough, just lay me If you're tuning in, you're checking it out, maybe you got to sing along to that bit. You may occasionally see me wince a little bit as a mustache hair is being plucked out from the harmonica holder or otherwise. Whoa, silently you walk past the circus show and the neon light arcade, hiding behind the bumper cars or the discarded misfit toys from every game. From underneath the bridge you watch the world flooding over. From the mountaintop on high, you see who's looking over your shoulder. Oh, I know they've gone too far, but maybe now everyone will come around. People feeling also in prison, all for what? Their feet hardly longing to ever leave the ground. Take me to the top to see how high I go. Lift me up and let me go off on all this life I'll ever hold. So build your ladder to the stars. The world keeps spinning round and round. The planets dancing round the fire, silently spiraling higher. So probably coming soon enough to Patreon is going to be, the deep water. I've been kind of holding out because everyone's just been inundated with content, and those who have chosen to avert their eyes for one reason or another. um, I guess that decision is on them. um, I know that some people look to music for to be an escape, and I understand that. It's my trap, so I I don't understand that, but I do, to a degree that I can understand anything. Because I can't seem to quit music, and maybe one day I'll do music where I don't say anything at all, and maybe I'll just get up on stage and just play music, and not say a single word, not sing a single word. You never know. Let's see here. Won't you make me down a pallet on your floor? Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make it so your man will never know. Take one pillow off your feather bed. Take one pillow off your feather bed. Take a pillow off your feather bed. Lay it on your loving daddy's head. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Won't you make me down a pallet on your floor? Make me down a pallet on your floor, and make it so your man will never know. Don't never drive a stranger from your door. Don't never drive a stranger from your door. Don't ever drive a stranger from your door. He might be your best friend, babe, you don't know. He's a countryman and he just moved to town. He's a countryman and he just moved to town. He's a countryman, he just moved to town. Then sold his cotton, now he's just walking around. Make him down a pallet on the floor. Won't you make me down a pallet on the floor? Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make it so your man will never know. a man will never know. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Sleep well tonight, and just take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you live soon and soon enough. Thank you. Take care.